One of the best things about living near New York City is being able to access New York City. Even though I don't commute regularly to the city for work, my family goes to the city several times a month for doctor's appointments, to visit friends and family, and for entertainment and events. Most folks in our area of Rockland County drive into the city if they're not regular commuters, because our transit options are slow, confusing, and expensive. We usually try to use transit because we enjoy the experience and find it relaxing, but sometimes it just makes far more sense to drive. It's easy to say suburbanites just want to drive because they're car-brained, but when driving is so often by far the cheapest and fastest way in, who can blame them? Let's break down a recent trip my family took to the city using transit and how much it would have cost if we just had drove. The other day, my wife and daughter and I went into the city to the Union Square area to visit my sister and to check out the Trolls experience at the camp store. Let's break down how much it cost just to do that. We took the train from Tarrytown, just across the Tappan Zee Bridge from us, because it has pretty good frequency, giving us flexibility. We paid $5.75 in tolls to cross the Tappan Zee, $14 in parking fees at the Tarrytown train station, $30.50 for two one-way peak tickets inbound. Our daughter is young enough where she rides for free, for now, $22.50 for two off-peak tickets outbound, and $11.60 for two round-trip subway trips, totaling $84.35 on transportation fees, and that's not counting gas to get to Tarrytown. We could have saved $8.75 by taking the Hudson Link bus to Tarrytown, which I usually do if I'm by myself, but we felt having the flexibility to park in Tarrytown was worth the extra $8.75. $84.35 is a lot to spend on round-trip transportation to a place that is 35 miles away from home. Once you add in the cost of lunch and the Trolls experience, it was quite a pricey day. Now let's compare that to the cost of driving in. I'll even assume we take the George Washington Bridge, which is pricier than the Tappan Zee. It's $15.38 for the bridge toll, and according to ParkWiz, I found a garage for $30 right by Union Square. Adding in 2 gallons of gas at the price nearby to me, that adds $7.18. So we're looking at a total of $52.56, a savings of $31.79. The savings would be more like $38 if I took the Tappan Zee instead. And when my daughter is old enough to be charged on the train, or if we had a larger family with multiple kids, the savings then become way greater to drive. As you can see, even with a $15 congestion toll likely to come soon, most suburbanites are still going to choose driving for leisurely trips to the city over transit. In one sense, I think that this is fair. People who are choosing driving over transit should help fund transit. Cars clogging up New York City is bad for residents' health and mobility, and the residents should come first. And the city residents have been kowtowing to suburbanites for a long time. It's about time the city residents reclaim their streets. But I feel like there's a disconnect between the aims of this project and the reality. If most folks will still drive in anyway, wouldn't it be a win-win for everyone if more folks in the suburbs use transit? That would mean less congestion and cleaner air for everyone. So what can be done about this? I made a video about 5 ways New York State can incentivize Rockland County residents specifically to use transit over driving. But on a more universal scale across New York suburbs, we need to make transit more desirable by increasing frequencies of commuter rail, making connections from commuter rail to buses and ferries in the suburbs free, and we need passes like 10 trips that provide real savings, as well as family tickets off-peak. Toronto used to offer a great family pass that was amazing, an unlimited pass on their subway for 2 adults and up to 4 children for $10 on weekends. They've since discontinued that, which is a shame. I generally agree with the aims of congestion pricing, but also hear and validate the concerns specifically from transit deficit suburbs like Rockland. If congestion pricing is not paired with any sort of incentive to use transit, then it's hard to see it as anything more than just a cash grab.